look at that thing shaking, man.
Oh, it's leaking. It's leaking.
Today's video is sponsored by Delete Me. Today we're reviving this 40-year-old racing go-kart with a turbo diesel engine to see if it'll outperform a modern 4-stroke racing go-kart. A quality racing kart engine needs to be lightweight, compact, and most importantly, high output, like the 225 on our Tillotson T4, prime example. The 414cc diesel, on the other hand, is none of those things. It weighs over 100 pounds, it's not very powerful, but that's why we're compensating with boost.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
I think our diesel's blown up. Pretty sure it's making more smoke than usual. We might be blowing it up today, folks.
That'll be fine.
All right, yeah, let's run this thing up and down the lane and see what we think.
Sounds good to me.
So last time we had this thing running, we tried a methanol injection, and I think that's what blew it up. It just started backfiring and like it had a lot of white smoke, but
I think it's fine.
that's why we're doing it.
Yep.
Ready, buddy?
Yep.
Fire no.
The turbo sounds good. The acceleration is actually pretty good.
Hard to tell what's dust and what's smoke.
Let's check out the top speed. Woo, buddy! It is moving out. Oh yeah. Dude, this thing is fast. I love the sound of that turbo.
Thing is quick, dude. I think we're gonna have a pretty quick race kart on our hands.
Man, there ain't nothing wrong with this go-kart, man.
Dude, it sounds good and like it's faster than I remember. I think it might give that T4 a run for its money with proper gearing.
What's that noise?
I don't know what's going on out here.
This.
Hey, look who it is.
Matt, what are you doing, bud?
Well, I heard through the grapevine you guys are putting a Decel on a racing go-kart, so thought I'd give it a hand.
Decel, don't you mean diesel?
No, sir, I'm talking Decel.
What does
All
that
right.
mean?
Must be an Indiana thing.
That must-
Well, Matt's here visiting from the Midwest, and he brought his go-kart, and I mean, we're gonna show this thing off more a little later, but it's got a Tillotson 263. It's a totally custom chassis, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it's just so sick, because it's like off-road kart meets race kart, and I thought this would be the perfect video to get you in on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's get to work, guys.
Sweet.
Our job got a whole lot easier, because this thing does not appear to be blown up.
Looks good to me.
It's gonna wait until we get it on the go-kart.
Feels good to me too, man. This thing was moving out pretty good.
Ripping.
That turbo was just...
Dude, where'd you get that diesel engine from again?
Oh, dude, I got a great deal on one of those really cheap websites.
Oh boy.
Shipping took quite some time, but... Oh, 0% interest credit card?
Dude, really? After last time, you know you need to sign up for Delete Me. They're sponsoring today's video. If you've been doing some online shopping or have any online presence in general, hate to break it to you, but your data has probably been sold. The good news is that Delete Me takes pride in helping you maintain control and protection of your online presence.
Well, who's trying to take my online presence?
Data brokers, who are corporations that collect personal data on a massive scale from public records, social media, and many other sources.
So they just take our data and sell it?
Yeah, that's right. They organize it, they analyze it, and then they license and sell it out to other data brokers or other organizations with an interest in the information your data holds. Get out of here. Hey, it's me, Frankie Fishhook, the data broker. Look, I just got a fresh shipment of health and financial info phone numbers, addresses, and more for the whole zip code. And the best part is, I only had to pay a penny per individual. Let's me and you get together soon and cook up some financial scams, do some identity theft. Hey, you ever wanted to become a prince? Maybe we could even do a little stalking. Sounds great. I'll see you then. Delete Me is great because they don't rely on an automated process. They use real human agents to find and remove your personal information from data brokers. Delete Me runs regular analyses to find where your information has been exposed and provides you with a comprehensive yet easy to read report detailing where your info has been found and deleted. So get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/carsandcameras and use promo code carsandcameras at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/carsandcameras, code carsandcameras. Keep your personal information yours. Thank you again to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video and for helping us stay secure online. This is a very nostalgic go-kart. This is one of the first we bought. I think we bought this in 2014 or 2015, so this thing is at least 10 or 11 years old in our possession. And this engine was actually on the go-kart that was in the 9 Reasons to Buy an Old Go-Kart video from like 2014, 15.
That's the engine.
Yeah, it is. I can tell because I header wrapped it, because, you know, that adds power when you're 19 years old.
Cool.
And I didn't understand what crankcase vent was, so I just duct taped it.
Oh, it looks good.
Heck yeah. Let's fire it up. We're gonna pull this air filter off because it's gonna do more harm than good right now with all the crud it's collected.
Right. It doesn't look like it's filtering much anymore.
Exactly.
I think it'll run.
I think it's gonna run. I think it might run first, second pull.
Second pull.
Second pull.
One. Gotta give it some throttle, dude. Might be a little cold-natured.
Or it needs a carb.
Or it needs a carb. I mean, that thing's been sitting around a long, long time.
That's impressive.
That was in the warehouse.
This thing hadn't run since like 2018, probably 2019.
That's been a while.
Yeah. So our long-term goal here is to, well, pull this engine off, put the diesel on, put the correct vintage size wheels and tires on it, and then eventually like fully restore this thing and get like a KT100, KA100, some period correct engine. But for now, we're just getting this thing mechanically sound, swapping on a diesel and having some fun.
It's a big power unit,
This
boys.
thing's heavy.
There.
A little over 100. Like
Dude, she's like
8.
Yeah, it's like 108 pounds.
39.
So this engine is like 2.5 times heavier. And look, I mean, it's absolutely massive.
Man, that's going to be interesting on that cart.
Oh, I think we need to sneak it onto Matt's cart while he's not noticing. I think it'd be sick with a diesel. You're gonna feel that.
You're definitely gonna feel that. And yeah, the seat is gonna be offset, so we're gonna be sitting more or less like this.
Exactly. And we might be building a new turbo manifold, boys.
I know we've had to worry about the exhaust before, like on that one. We lost a few coats in the past on these racing frames and the exhaust. I sure hope we aren't going to lose a coat again.
Dude, the turbo is like in the seat.
It almost fits though.
It's close.
It can scoot forward a little bit maybe.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly.
The exhaust is just like right there.
So leg barely clears the air filter, and
It's still warm from when we ran it earlier. We just drive just like this. Yeah, so this seat is gonna have to move over significantly. Wow, and ideally the engine would come farther this way, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, got our work cut out for us.
So far we have the seat moved over.
Yeah, it's looking good, dude. I think that's plenty of room over there, but we have a problem with our crankshaft over here. It looks like it might be a little bit too long. We might have to cut it down to fit a clutch, but we don't have a clutch.
Well, we need a 1-inch clutch.
A 1-inch clutch!
Somebody say 1 inch. I got the part right here.
Nice.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
How's it
I
going?
flew down to Go Power Sports. I got you guys a clutch.
Oh, hey, nice shirt too.
Oh, thanks. I made it myself.
Out there in the truck. All right, this looks good. And yeah, we're gonna have to trim that crankshaft about 1.5 inches down, and it should bring us more in line with our clutch and give us more room from our seat. So, I mean, how do y'all feel about cutting the crankshaft?
I thought this engine was blown up, so
No problem.
let's cut it.
I mean, what is it gonna hurt? Here goes nothing. I'm gonna call you Stubby.
Oh, these things are old.
Yeah.
So this go-kart is gonna go fast and it's got a lot of weight. And we need to make sure that this thing can stop. These brakes that I'm taking off are probably the original. And I think we're just gonna change them out just to be safe.
Yeah, rather than like risk it with these, we're just bolting on a brand new set.
Yeah.
So we don't need Ike flying into the guardrail at 55 miles an hour.
Why did you put my name in on that?
Because
We're here to protect you.
yeah, this is for your protection, buddy. So brand new hydraulic units, just so we can sleep good at night.
So now that I've got the crankshaft cut off, I can see that, well, it doesn't have the bolt hole going all the way through. So I'm gonna have to drill a hole and tap it so we can hold this clutch on. So I'm gonna use the clutch as a kind of a guide for my drill bit.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you. So I added a piece of tubing to the drill, which fits perfect right in the clutch. And I'm gonna just use the clutch to guide the bit. Well, I got a pilot. That is a dull bit. I'm gonna have to sharpen this bit.
All right, so we took the axle off because we need to remove this sprocket here and the hub with it, because this is a 35 chain. We're going to a 420, and I believe we're going to weld up this sprocket to a hub and just mount it onto this axle.
Also, because our diesel engine only turns 36 to 4,000 RPM, we need a particularly small rear gear.
Man, everything is rusty. I feel like the main theme on this go-kart today is PB Blaster.
Yeah. There we go.
I don't think I'd be able to get anything done without it, but I got that done, or at least off. That's half the battle. Yeah, once you guys get that axle put back in, I can start working on the caliper, and then
Bleeding the brakes.
yeah, I mean it should be fairly quick to get everything all hooked up. Let's cross our fingers. I shouldn't have said that.
Hey, he said you can go whenever you want. I guess I still gotta say cover, don't I?
Are we gonna give him this one? No shake weight?
weight.
Okay. All right, you're on thin ice there.
Cover.
All right, dude. So I've got the crankshaft drilled and tapped.
I made a bit of a mess there.
I made a lot of a mess, and I'm gonna have to shim the clutch because the crankshaft on the diesel is not a 1 inch. It's probably a
0.97.
You already looked it up, didn't you?
I think I might get the other day.
Why do they make a 0.97?
Metric?
So I need to take my little sweet tea shims. I need to cut them in half and put them in here because they worked fine in the torque converter, but that's as deep as it'll go on that.
I was drilling earlier.
got
I
another
said it'll be
infraction.
fine. I said it. I was drilling holes, and I said it'll be fine. An impact.
Impacting with no eye or ear protection.
All right.
Shame on you. Where's it at? Where's it at?
Yeah, I got to register.
You know, this is just Cars and Cameras hazing is all it is. You're not officially part of the team until you've done a good workout.
So I have to go to the corner of the shop and use this now.
Definitely.
Not in the corner shop.
What are you looking at?
So in case you don't know, if we have a safety violation, if you're not using your proper PPE in the shop here, you got to use the shake weight on camera. And it's very effective.
I think it's dumb. Like, who built this? Like, it's just springs and a stick. Like,
Yeah, that one's not even heavy.
Like, well, it doesn't feel like I'm moving much.
Right. That sounds like perfect, probably. So the clutch is going on. The new brake caliper's going on. Looks great. We got plumbed them. Scott made a beautiful brake bracket.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're coming right along. So back in the day, we installed 6-inch wheels and tires just because it's all we had. But these 70s go-karts really they look the best, and they're going to handle the best with the factory 5-inch. It's just going to get the go-kart that much lower to the ground just for safety's sake, and I think it looks better anyway, personally. So we just got to install these here, and we can get the engine fit.
So I just need to. These are already loose.
There it is.
completely.
It looks good, buddy.
There it is. So now that we have our wheels and tires off, we're taking our turbo plumbing and everything off of this engine so we can fit it on the go-kart. Then we're going to be redoing the whole turbo kit to fit what we've got here.
Well, better that than like get a sunburn on your arm.
Sunburn. Dude, if I were to ride this thing with this kit, I'd have to hug the turbo while steering.
It's spilling oil all over the place. That is a hoss.
Probably somewhere around there.
We need an oil change. Yeah, we do need an oil change. Looks horrible.
Okay. We're still not lined up with the sprocket. So we got to come over even more. Or we got to cut your frame. So our sprocket isn't lined up. So we're sitting here scratching our heads trying to figure out what do we want to do. Do we want to cut the frame here so we can move the sprocket over? Or do we want to move the engine over? I think we're going to have to cut the frame.
What?
Well, I mean, if we move the engine over, I mean, I'll move it over. We're going to be moving this thing way over. It's going to be, it'll probably be, honestly, probably be close to around here.
That's like not even close to sitting on the original frame rails.
I know. It'd be hanging out so far. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, why don't you have a sit on it and you see how close your arm is going to be to the manifold?
Do you fit in it?
Like a dream.
That's a whole lot of engine there, dude. I mean, yeah, that's danger zone. And that's with the engine way out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is what has to happen. What do you think?
Engine out?
Yeah, I mean, if it's any closer and like, holy moly.
Well, we'll probably put a shield there.
A rabbit at least.
Something where when your arm hits it, you just get a reminder like, hey, something's there.
Yeah.
So, alright. I guess we're going to have that engine about where it's at right now.
I mean, it's still within the wheelbase,
yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
out there.
It is hanging out there.
Let's see how it fits. It's a nice unit. I always love when a new turbo comes together.
So I don't want to weld anything on this chassis, so this is what we're gonna do. We have these split collars that fit this frame. We are gonna put this engine plate and engine on these split collars. We're gonna line up the sprocket, and if everything looks right, we're gonna reach up underneath it and throw some tack welds to her so it'll hold in place.
It's still unboltable.
Still unboltable, won't hurt the frame. I'm a big boy.
Yeah, there's oil in there.
Yeah, dump a little bit of oil.
Did I dump some oil again?
It's alright, we're just doing a good flush. We might have a bent frame, boys.
Well, we can start by welding these outer lock collars. That way we can just relieve the pressure and stand back and look.
Yeah, because that sprocket is not exactly... Okay, yeah, throw tack on it.
I mean, as long as we think that it's straight.
It's dark down here.
Yeah.
Cover.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Hold on. I feel like it's just gonna
It is.
pull the whole cart over.
It is. You can let go. Scott, you can look. Oh,
Oh,
teetering.
this is teetering. It's a lot of weight, boys.
I'm gonna lift up on this and put that right there. There we go.
Woo! That's a whole lot of engine.
Oh, that thing is up there, dude.
So I guess we don't really need the jack stand for this side.
Yeah.
It's like balanced on there.
This is so heavy on this one side. Boys, it looks awesome.
It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could have probably gone in a little bit more.
Well,
But the exhaust though, so probably a good thing we're,
it is where it is, yeah.
yeah.
That is killer.
She's hanging out there, boys. Lift up on it?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Why is the frame moving that much?
We sure it's not just pivoting on the...
I think the frame is the frame broken?
Is it bent or bending?
There's no way it's bending that easy, dude.
Well, okay, it's just that our split collars aren't fully tight.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement in that frame.
Yeah, we'll take a
There's
look.
no way that I'm bending a frame with my pinky. Look at this. I think it's broken. All right, dude. I mean,
Fine.
sand it, I reckon.
Yeah, we're gonna send it. Works for me.
Man, that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
This is my first turbo install.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You wanna go do your truck after this?
I'm down.
That'd be awesome.
There we go, boys.
That's looking good.
It does look awesome.
Yep.
And you know, yeah, that's kind of scary. Usually when you're kart racing, like engine is not really in your peripheral vision. Now it's kind of a blind spot.
I mean,
Kind of large and in charge.
Yeah, it's exactly what we wanted though.
Yeah.
This is sick. All right, we can get this thing the rest of the way mounted and work on the cold side of our turbo, air filter, and exhaust.
The brakes installed and functioning. We got the brakes bled this morning. Looks great. I put the chain on our clutch and our rear sprocket, and rolling this over, I'm pretty confident we've got the alignment good. The engine mount looks good. At this point, I'm just going to remove the engine so I can pull the engine plate off, turn it upside down, and go ahead and weld up our, what are they? Help me out.
split collars.
Split collars. Weld up the split collars solid on the bottom of this plate. So we're going to be doing a little work on the chain guard. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, while the engine plate is cooling off, I'm gonna weld in our cold side, or the charged pipe of the turbo. Now, we've always heard with a single cylinder, you want as much intake plenum volume as possible to help with even out the pulses that come out of a one-cylinder engine. This is a pretty short one, so we're gonna be testing that theory. Our old plenum was much larger than this, but we had to move the turbo away from ourselves So we're gonna have a short plenum, and I guess we're gonna feel seat of the pants if it makes much difference or not.
All right, so we got the bottom of the engine plate welded up fully. We just got to mount it on here. And once we got that done, we can just mount the engine on here.
What are you doing?
Making a bracket.
You're making a lot of noise.
Well, we don't have the right tool, so I gotta use what I got.
Wait a minute. What would be the right tool?
A brake,
A brake?
or we could use a press.
A press.
Yeah.
What are those? So we're placing the engine back on the engine plate.
Scott's bracket may have fallen off.
Alright. But this is going to give us a good idea on the bracket
Yeah.
fitment. Looking good to me. You were talking about letting
Let Luke do it.
Luke do it.
Well, we changed over to pure tungsten because the red, whatever the red is
Radioactive?
yeah, but it's so much easier to weld red.
So that's a lot different. Okay.
Yeah, I went back to red. I don't know, if you can use pure tungsten on stainless or if you need to use this serrated. I'm not sure. I need to do some more research.
Okay. Well, it's looking good.
Yeah. Cover.
Yep. we're
I
doing
think it
pretty
looks
good.
so cool.
Yeah. Little trouble with the design for the getting the bolts in place, but you know,
It's all right.
not bad.
Dude, I think for a 2-day job, we are killing it.
Oh, dude, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is one of our best turbo setups right here.
Glad you think so.
For
it
looks.
definitely looks best.
For
yeah.
looks.
You guys do that because I'm here?
Yeah, just because
Could
you're here,
have done it
Scott.
without you. I think it looks this good because you're here.
Oh, gee.
Heck yeah. Well, we're going to test run this thing and see if this chassis can handle this 130-pound hammering mass on it.
The turbo. I love the direction that we pointed the turbo and the stack, dude. The intake and exhaust just looks amazing.
Nice job on the chain guard there, Scott.
Oh, thanks.
It's currently saving Ike's pants.
I'm gonna have to remove my chain.
I heard something pop.
This chiropractor.
That was my hip. I'm in. I'm in. I'm all the way in.
Well, nice job, boys. Let's get this thing outside, fire it up, see what we think.
All right. We're gonna scrape.
Are we? You want to go straight on?
Go ahead. We're probably best doing it.
It's low.
Now we just need to crank me up.
Contact.
Yep.
Got some torque. Got some serious torque, buddies.
The steering is actually probably not bad. This is great. It doesn't feel bad at all.
Thing is awesome.
It's good.
And it looks like it has a lot of torque. Look at that thing shaking, man.
So this thing is awesome. The only thing that we need to do now is a little gear change so we can make it to the track and be somewhat competitive. I'm thinking just a few teeth, John.
Yeah, I did 31.7 miles an hour. Here, come check this out.
So this thing's not a Cummings, it's a Goins.
Exactly. There we go. Old WD-40 is gonna kind of keep that gold color to it.
Yep.
Looks awesome. Boys,
Good.
Fantastic job.
Yeah, great job, guys.
Again, we're gonna change the gearing a little bit, make a couple other tweaks. And you know what? It's too bad we can't run this around the yard very much, but we do have a project we can. Hey, Matt. Got some nice tires on that thing. Going to do a Grand Prix lap?
Yes, please.
See where you land?
Yes, please.
All right. We got a 263 with a ported head, jug averter, grippy tires. This could be a very fast kart around the Grand Prix. However, Matt has never been around the track before. So, you think he's going to be over or under a minute?
Over a minute.
Over a minute?
Yeah.
We'll give him 5 warm-up laps.
Well, I mean, if he's got 5 warm-up laps, then I'm going to say under a minute.
All right, I'm going to say he's going to be under a minute, too. That's going to put you in some fast territory. Turbo diesel, Honduki, Super Hog, CR500, turbo diesel, bolt kart, military kart. So if you can get under a minute, you're going to be with some fast vehicles.
I'm going to say he can't beat the military kart.
Okay, 57 flat.
Putting pressure on.
Yeah, that's the military kart, man. That now.
Man, I feel the pressure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I think he can go under a minute.
I'm just going by. He's not familiar with our track. The thing sounds like it'll do it well under a minute, but how many laps have we done?
Hot dog.
How did she come out? Because I have that.
Whatever was on that.
It was threaded in, so I ruined all the threads. Yeah.
But also, guess what I found?
I don't think we even noticed that it fell off when Isaac was riding it.
Oh, dude, the other side.
The other
thing
side
from the go-kart
completely fell off. Yeah.
Dude, this thing was looking bouncy.
It is bouncy. It is, and definitely with this no suspension out here, it's a rough ride.
Yeah.
But I don't think the engine's running too great right now. It's kind of breaking up. Again, I don't know if that's the bumps or not, but you can see I'm throwing a little bit of oil out right here.
Yeah.
So you prove that it's bouncy.
So because the exhaust on Matt's kart is so long and the track is so bouncy, he actually pulled the exhaust studs out of the head. But he was able to run a 55 or somewhere around there, 55 second lap, which puts him right outside of 10th place. He'll give it another go when he gets it fixed, but for now, we'll see you at the Virginia International Raceway go-kart track. Well, boys, we made it to the track. We got the place all to ourselves. Maybe because it's 90 degrees outside, I don't know. But it's time for the first test of the diesel kart.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you boys are ready.
I'm ready.
Firing.
Look at the smoke rings. I feel like our gearing is okay.
Yeah, it's looking good so far.
It's just a warm-up lap. Man, look at that thing chooching.
So it runs out of gear right about there on the straightaway, but I don't have long to wait before hitting the brake.
That's what you want.
So I think the gearing is about right. It's got good takeoff on the turns and stuff. So I actually think we hit the ball out of the park with the gearing.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, you're up, dude.
Awesome.
Oh, he's being easy on it.
On a motor, that thing actually moves out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's a at the end of the day, it's a 400 cc. I mean, it's not small.
Yeah. Oh, look at the
Shooting now.
Yeah. It actually drove pretty good.
Yeah?
You can feel the weight, but it feels like one of the heavy rental carts. That's all. But it handles pretty good.
Man, that thing feels great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it feels like a true race cart, but with a freaking huge engine on it. This is a low revving, but hard pulling go-kart.
All right, here we go. This thing is rattling. Handling is great. Definitely wants to turn in. Look at that thing zooming. He ran out of gearing. Feels like it wants to flip over.
So we're close to like a 200-pound racing chassis.
That's what I'm thinking.
And this thing's hauling just as fast as a rental cart, in my opinion, should.
Well, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out though. He's getting sideways out there.
He's picked up the rear tire.
He's picking up the rear tires.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very pleased. I'm impressed.
He's hauling butt, dude.
Look, I'm getting a massage the whole time. Yeah, look at that thing.
Oh, it's leaking. It's leaking.
Yeah, left turns is like it wanted to swap ends there.
Oil all over
The last couple corners.
Yeah. What'd we?
Oh yeah, okay, so no hose clamp on our
The return.
the return. Other than a small hiccup, it was a pass. This thing is a blast. You can feel all that weight, but man, does it freight train coming out of corners.
Yeah, I think that gearing's good for acceleration.
So while we figure out the details of our three-way race, Matt, who's never been on this track before or a racing cart, is gonna warm up the T4 and get used to it.
He's gonna come back and he's gonna absolutely love that car. He might have to get one of his own.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I gotta refinance my car,
Yeah.
my house.
Oh, they're
sell
not that
everything."
bad.
No, they're not.
They're the cheaper racing car.
We each took a handful of laps to get accustomed to our racing machines and set a qualifying lap time to see where we stacked up against one another. To level the playing field, we put Matt, the newest driver, on the fastest cart, John, the most experienced driver, on the slowest cart, and Ike in the middle.
Good one.
Isaac qualified third in the rental cart with a 48-second best lap, John second in the turbo diesel cart with a 44-second lap time, and Matt first in the Tillotson T4 with a best time of just 40 seconds.
I'm ready. Where you boys at?
All right, well, we're doing what's called a wild hair race. So we just finished qualifying, and the T4 finished 8 seconds faster than the rental cart. We're setting this up so that all three go-karts finish the 5-lap race at the exact same time. So we've all qualified and we've done the math to figure out where each cart needs to start so that they finish at the same time.
So where are they at?
Well, the T4's back there.
Why is he back there?
Well, that's because he's got to go basically an entire extra lap. You've got to do 5 laps. He's got to do 6 1/8.
Where are you at?
I'm way back there in the middle of the corner. Nope.
Hairpin.
Nope.
Oh,
See, the cameraman doesn't even know where it's at.
Yeah, I'm way back there in that corner. So you were the slowest, so you start the 5-lap race. I was dead in the middle of you guys, so I start in the middle of the track, and Matt was really fast, so he's starting a lap and change behind. You guys ready?
Rubbin's racing.
Good luck, boys.
All right, boys. Let me show you what a rental cart will do.
I don't know if you guys can tell at home, but it's like being strapped to a paint mixer.
Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh God, he's already on me. Oh no! What happened to the 3-cart flag? No!
Oh wow! Now it's already past, guys! This is not good! I gotta catch him!
Come on, baby! That's one!
This thing turns left a lot better than it turns right!
Gotta keep the speed going! That's two! Oh, that thing is shooting!
Oh, there he is!
Oh, I smell the diesel!
Hold on to your right there! Oh, this is gonna be a close race! There he is! I gotta get him!
Oh my God! I smell that diesel coming. That's 4. One more left. Oh, the Diligence right there.
Oh man! Last lap! We can catch it! Oh! Come on! Oh, he got me! Can I get back fast? Woo! It's gonna be the last corner. Oh. Yeah!
That was nasty. My apologies. I'm glad it didn't hurt nothing. Well, that was action packed.
Nice job, boys.
that was fun.
Dude, I could tell I was right on your butt, and you could feel that, and you overdrove it and went off the track. And then you tried to pass me in the grass.
I went off the track twice.
Heck yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I spun it and looped it. Mud went everywhere. I felt you back there. Did you bump me, or was that the diesel I was feeling?
That was this diesel torque shaking the earth.
You really didn't bump me?
No.
Oh my gosh, I felt you back there, dude. I felt the diesel. And yeah, I overdrove it. It's a problem I have.
It's all right, dude.
But it was fun.
It was, dude. Matt, you did an awesome job. First time on this track, first time in that cart. You handled it like a dream.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me out here.
Of course, Isaac, that was a great effort, buddy.
It was good.
And this thing is the death trap, and it feels like you're riding a paint shaker, but I wouldn't want it any other way. It's awesome.
It actually performed way better than I thought it would.
I know, and it might perform even better with nitrous. So let us know down in the comments, do we add NOS to our turbo diesel go-kart? We'd love to hear it. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Thank you to the Virginia International Raceway go-kart track for having us out yet again. We will see you next time. And thank you again to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. To get your data removed from the internet, check out Delete Me via our link in the description and get 20% off. Catch you next time.